So here's a 4x4 lace closure. 4x4 meaning that from here to here is 4 inches, and from here, the top of the hairline, to the end of the closure is 4 inches. This is the parting space that you will receive with JHA's raw Indian lace closures. Now, our lace closures are free part, meaning that there is no pre-made parting space. You will have to go in and customize that yourself, which I think is a lot better, so that you can really make it look like your hairline, and you can really go in and have fun and give yourself a more desired, more realistic, more natural look. Now, generally closures come in this size 4x4. That is 4 inches long, 4 inches wide, and the sizes are just an indication to let you know how much parting space you will be receiving. So there are 2x6, there are 4x4, there are 5x5, there are 6x6. You can find different sizes with different companies. I offer 4x4 lace closures, and that is the standard closure you will find. You could find lace closures, or you could find silk based closures. Lace closures look like this. The hair is ventilated into lace, and silk based closures are kind of the same thing. Instead of seeing little squares when you look through it, you'd see like a silk based top. Either way, closures are a great substitute if you are tired of blending your leave out and flat ironing your leave out. You could just go ahead and put on a closure and it will give you a break. I actually have in a 4x4 closure right now. As you can see, it definitely can give you a realistic look. I know right now frontals are all the rage, but if you're a beginner and if you don't like to have to use adhesives, you should definitely look into lace closures. Lace closures are honestly very simple, very easy. I think it gets a little bit more complex when people talk about customizing closures. Customizing lace products is kind of something that you'll have to do if you're looking for a very natural and realistic hairline. That is what everyone is doing nowadays. They are customizing their frontals in closures. JHA lace closures do not come customized. If you aren't too sure about what customization is, customization requires you to pluck to create a more realistic hairline, bleach knots to give you a more scalp-like look, and tinting the lace so that the lace will match your skin color. Now, when it comes to plucking, you see how this is a very full and very dense hairline. The closure itself is dense. These are 130% density. And as you can see, like I said, it is very dense. The hair is very packed on. When it comes to plucking, you're ultimately plucking so that you can make this a more realistic looking hairline. I also mentioned bleaching the knots. I actually went ahead and bleached these knots. Lace closures are actually individual pieces of hair. So instead of a weft, it's literally just the hair. And they take the hair and they use a ventilation needle, a ventilation tool, and they ventilate piece by piece all of these hairs into this lace. And that leaves a very dark black knot, which is very unrealistic, and a lot of people will go in and bleach the knots so that it can remove the black knots and make it one step closer to looking natural. Another thing I talked about would be tinting the lace. Depending on your skin color, the lace may not match your skin. So you will have to go in with a lace tint, Rit dye, whatever you see best fit to customize this lace, you will have to do so. It's very hard to find raw Indian lace closures because the Indians aren't as skilled in ventilation as the Chinese are. So it is very common that you'll find raw hair pages that cannot get their hands on lace products. And that is because the Indians don't have the skill set that they need in order to create as amazing closures. Now, there are a few vendors out there that can provide you with those, and I'm lucky enough to have found. You have to be cautious and you have to beware because you can poke a hole through your lace. You can burn your lace if you put the flat iron or hot comb too close. They also do have the tendency to bald. It's ultimately going to happen anyways because all hair sheds, and by bleaching the knots, we've weakened the knots, and we're always combing on them and we're washing these units. Like, if you are rough with your lace products, if you're rough with your lace closures, you will see that you will start losing hair. I do think it's important to be mindful of the fact that this is not actually attached to your head. So I always say, like, comb from the ends and work your way up so that you're not pulling knots throughout the starting at the root. That's definitely going to make you more susceptible to seeing balding because you're going to literally be pulling hair out of these holes. You have to remember that they're not wefted. Like, these hairs are not sewn, they are basically tied into knots into these little holes. So you are going to experience balding, or you may experience balding. Just be aware and just know that it's not anything that you should worry about, but you can definitely try your best to take precautions to not see so much balding. If you are natural, I definitely recommend closures. If you don't like wearing glue and adhesives, I would definitely recommend closures. I don't know why everyone is so sleep on closures, and frontals are the biggest thing in the world right now. If you're a beginner with wigs, or you don't like blending, or you're just looking for something to give you a break from your hair, I would definitely recommend lace closures. You can find lace closures on juicyhairfair.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope this video helped. I hope you now know a little bit more about closures. Don't forget to shop juicyhairfair.com for temptingly appealing hair. Stay blessed.